5 meteorologist Mike Roberts. We're interrupting programming because now we have reports of a tornado on the ground headed toward Bowling Green. Bowling Green, seek shelter immediately. This tornado is located near Curryville, 5 miles west of Bowling Green, moving to the northeast at 30 miles an hour. And this is being tracked by the National Weather Service trained spotters. Again, this is on the ground and it is headed toward Bowling Green. It is moving to the northeast at 30 miles an hour. It is a tornado that is confirmed on the ground headed toward Bowling Green. And let me zoom in and show you. See that circulation right there? Well, that circulation is because of this storm. So as it moves to the northeast at about 30 miles an hour, let me just give you some points of reference that would bring it into the following areas and at about these times. Well, okay, that didn't work so much. But it does bring it into Bowling Green by 4:12, and it brings it into Pike County, Illinois by 4:35. Again, this is a tornado warning. It's a tornado warning in effect until 4:45 for Pike County. But what we have now is a circulation that is right about here. This is a storm that has just gone through Curryville, though. Look to the south and west of you, Curryville, and you have another big cell. I'll take you there in a moment. But this, again, is a tornado that we have being reported on the ground. This is Highway 61. This is Highway 54. This is Highway 54. This little road here is also Highway 54, and this is the loop around Bowling Green. This is 161, and this is Highway NN. But really, it's that area in the triangle shaped from Curryville to Macomb. Macomb, you're also next, and Bowling Green. This is a tornado that the National Weather Service is on the ground from a line of storms with a history of producing baseball-size hail that is moving to the northeast at 30 miles an hour. There is a companion storm to this that might do the very same thing that is now in the southwestern portion of Pike County, Missouri, just to the west and north of New Hartford, going through Gazette on its way to Farmer and New Harmony. This is also a cell that could produce very large hail and possibly a tornado. But that is not the cell we're concerned with most at this point in time. It is this cell right here. So again, Bowling Green, anybody in Pike County, you should be seeking shelter immediately. Where is the best place? Well, we want you going to the middle of the place you live and getting under something that will protect you. Do you have a basement? Go downstairs, get underneath those stairs. Do you have an interior room but you don't have a basement? Well, go to that interior room, like your bathroom. Tear off that shower curtain and just cover your heads, or take a blanket with you, cover your heads, take some pillows. And if you are in a mobile home, well, you're not safe there. You should seek shelter in a secure shelter. Again, we have a tornado being confirmed on the ground from the National Weather Service. And this is also a report that we're getting now from the police that are observing this tornado about 1 to 2 miles west of Bowling Green. This comes to us about 3 or 4 minutes ago. In addition to that, we've had reports of large hail. As I mentioned before, Curryville, we had a report from Curryville of baseball-sized hail from this very same storm. Now, the police department, again, is reporting that this storm is, well, it was 1 to 2 miles west of Bowling Green. It's probably just about ready to clip the western portion of Bowling Green and in harm's way, not just Bowling Green, but Macomb and all of these areas. Vera, this is going to include you. Reading, this is going to include you. Louisiana, you too. And Frankfort, it might just slide to your south and east, but I would not be that bold. I would seek shelter there as well. It's part of a line that extends back into the southwestern portion of Pike County. New Harmony, Farmer, St. Clement, you're all in harm's way here. Anybody in Pike County should be seeking shelter in a safe and secure region. Again, basement under the stairs. If you don't have a basement, interior room. Then it's just the case that we've had all of this heat. You know, from noon when it was 68 degrees through 2 p.m. when it was 80 degrees, we had temperatures just ramp up. Now, all of that happened ahead of a looming cold front that is now making its way through Columbia. Well, that cold front is taking advantage of all that heat, and we have very, very distinctively different wind directions from the surface as you go up through the atmosphere, and those winds are to the west. All of these updrafts that are developing with these storms want to rotate. That's the stuff of supercells. That's what we've got. This is a supercell that we have in Pike County. This is a supercell west of our viewing area going through Jefferson City. And these storms are tracking to the northeast at about 30 miles an hour. Now, ahead of the main line, we've got a cell that's just, well, smack dab in the middle of Franklin County, and it's about ready to arrive right there in Pullman Hill. It is tracking to the northeast a little bit slower than the rest of the thunderstorms on the main line, but this is going to drop some small hail on you. And we also have these little cells that are now right in the southern portion of Calhoun County, in the extreme southeastern portion of Lincoln County. They too could drop some small hail. A companion cell over toward Jerseyville, that's also going to probably produce some pea to marble size hail. This is bad enough, no question about it, but not by definition severe. The future beyond what we're looking at here is that all these areas that are cleared out now have supplied plenty of heat or had plenty of heat supplied to them. So we're looking at numbers in the low, maybe even mid 80s through most of this region. Well, that is fuel that's going to be made available for these storms when they move in. Well, what is the timeline here? Expecting this line to fill in over the next 2 hours. So between now and 5 to 6 o'clock it fills in, then the line by 6 p.m. is at least in central Franklin County and western St. Charles County. From 6 to 8 it moves right through the middle of the metro area. This obviously is going to be about the time the Cardinals are taking on Washington, so the baseball game is in jeopardy, and then the storms will gradually slide through our viewing area. But it's going to be the case that even at 10 o'clock tonight we still have this line of thunderstorms making its way through the eastern portion of our viewing area. So let's just reiterate. What do we know? We know we have a tornado on the ground in and around Bowling Green, tracking to the northeast at 30 miles an hour. The storm is also capable of producing at least baseball-size hail. It is a storm that was part of a line that extends into the southwestern portion of Pike County, and that actually is capable of producing very large hail as well, and possibly a tornado. Where's it going? It's crossing, the leading edge of this is crossing the Mississippi River into Pike County, Illinois. Not by definition in the News Channel 5 viewing area, but I know we have folks up there in Pittsfield who watch us and are listening right now. You should be seeking shelter immediately in Pike County, Illinois as well, because this storm is yours as well. Where's the strongest portion of this line going through Pike County? It's going right through Bowling Green. This is the circulation right here. You see this little area? Well, not that little, but on radar I suppose it looks that way. 61, Highway 54, downtown Bowling Green. This is where the circulation is, and it is going to lift to the northeast very slowly at about 30 miles an hour. Now, we're going to take a little time. The computer needs a moment or two to think, but I'm going to turn on the storm trackers, and these will show you all kinds of symbols that basically tell us within the cells that we're most concerned about, where is the strongest portion of that cell. Now, it's got to develop this information for all of these storms that you see on here, but of all of them, the strongest is clearly this one in Pike County. And you see that little swirly thing? That indicates a tornado that's on its way into Bowling Green. It's on its way into you and your city, Bowling Green. And as it moves in the direction of Bowling Green, it's also going to be sliding basically to the northeast up toward Louisiana, where it should arrive by 4:21, Clarksville, where it should arrive by 4:27, Rockport, where it should arrive by 4:28, Pleasant Hill, 4:32. The entire region is in, almost the entire region is in a tornado watch, and that tornado watch is in effect until 9 p.m. The problem that we're having here is that we've just had so much heat. As I mentioned, when Anthony was on the air doing the news at noon, we had a temperature of 68 degrees. Well, not very long after that, at 1 p.m. it was 75, and by 2 p.m. we had warmed all the way to 80 degrees. At 3 p.m. it was 83. Now, this heat What it does is it causes the air to want to rise anyway. It's warm air, it wants to rise. Then you bring into that this shift in wind direction aloft. That causes the updrafts to rotate. What we've got here is a supercell. And what this supercell is clearly doing is producing a tornado on the ground. We have this tornado on the ground in and around Bowling Green. At least we had a confirmed report of it on the ground near Bowling Green. But where you see this little bend here around New Hartford, this is a circulation that's probably trying to form into another tornado. Whether it does or whether it doesn't, we have to wait for confirmation from our friends at the National Weather Service, but that's what we've got. Now we have a new update. The tornado is tracking northeast, and it's going to pass just to the southeast of Louisiana. Again, this is coming right to us from the Storm Spotter Network. The tornado is moving to the northeast, and it's likely to pass to the south and east of Louisiana, Missouri. So this is a storm that will probably pass to the south and maybe southeast of Louisiana, Missouri. Well, there's Louisiana. Here's where the circulation is as it's going through Vera. Pretty sure that it's either in Bowling Green or about to exit Bowling Green. And if you have information, we're on Facebook. We would ask that you share that with us. If you have information and you want to just email it to us, we would take that. We don't want people out taking pictures at a moment like this because we want you to be kept safe. So always love to have your pictures here at News Channel 5. And what a generation of great photographers we have, but this is not the time to be out there taking pictures, I'm afraid, if you live in Pike County or Missouri or Illinois. This is the time for you to protect yourself. We'll take your pictures after these storms move out. What are the basics here? Well, the basics are these. We still have this tornado warning in effect until 4:45 for Pike County, Missouri, and also for Pike County, Illinois. It was in the Louisiana area in the southeastern portion of and eastern portions of Pike County just a few days ago on Friday that we had an EF1 tornado. This may end up being at least as strong as that one. We were expecting strong tornado development today, which would be something at or above 100-mile-an-hour winds. Now, we have people responding, or we're hoping that people respond if they know there is damage. Do you have any details that you could pass along to us? And it's important that we get this information, but again, not too soon. If you are in the midst of this storm, let's just say that you're up there in Louisiana and you're waiting for this storm to go through. You hear the storm come and go, and you go out and you take pictures or you try to assess the damage. But see this storm here, it's coming right on the heels of the storm going through Louisiana. So in St. Clement, we've got a very strong storm, also capable of producing possibly a tornado. And we have just received a report of one house and one barn destroyed in the Bowling Green area. This comes from this is a reliable media report. We're expecting to see more of these damage reports, but I would really urge you folks, again, to try and avoid going out and assessing the damage or getting pictures for us. All right, we're going to take a break for about... I'm sorry, Anthony, what is it you're telling me?
Well, we've actually, since we've been working with our KDNL newscast, we need to just reset the system so we can actually use our weather wall and our weather center a little bit better. So
okay,
eventually our producers are going to get
well,
in position.
I tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to stay on the air, and we have a new tornado warning that's just now coming out for Calhoun County. And this is a new tornado warning that is going to include the northern portion of Calhoun County, but also the northwestern portion of Greene County, which is also in our viewing area. So we're staying right here. This is a tornado that we have being reported on the ground. The line is moving into the extreme northern portion of Calhoun County in Illinois, and will slide into the northwestern portion of Greene County, Illinois, eventually. It's a new tornado warning, and this one is in effect until 5 p.m. So this is the new tornado warning for Calhoun County and also for the northwestern portion of Greene County, but I think anybody north of Carrollton into Carrollton should be seeking shelter immediately, and that's also the case for the central and northern portions of Calhoun County. A tornado warning is in effect for you guys till 5, and a tornado warning remains in effect for Pike County in Missouri until 4:45. Now, it is currently about 20 minutes after 4. The thing is, we've got this other cell to the south and west of Bowling Green, and that too may end up developing into a tornado. All right, we have 2 tornado warnings in effect. We have reports of a tornado on the ground. We have reports of damage possibly from this tornado around Bowling Green. The sheriff confirms 1 house damaged with power outages. We've also had golf ball size